Good morning and welcome to Rattan Cottage Hearty Plants. Happy New Year. I thought I'll come outside in the garden and do a quick video today to show you how our garden looks in winter. It's actually started to rain, so the snow is probably going to melt. As you probably see already, we have lots of snow. So I will turn the camera around and walk through the garden quickly because it's very cold and show you how it looks with snow on. So here we are. This is where the Stipa gigantea is still looking pretty good. The stems are still standing up and it's loads of snow on it. And we walk through. This is the path in the front garden and you can see all the grasses are still standing. That's Calamagrostis brachychaeta, lavender here covered in snow, and then the Dianthus carthusionorum. I don't cut it back because it's got the most beautiful seed heads. And this is here, this what arching over the path is the stems of diorama. A lovely plant. Look at this wire bush with the snow on it. This wire bush is Corokia cotoneaster, really lovely. Morina longifolia seed heads, looking great. So basically there's a lot of growth still on the plants, a lot of material they haven't cut back in autumn because I like the way they look with snow and frost on them. Grasses are looking particularly nice. This lovely plant here that's quite tender, look at it, it's bent down with the snow but still has a lot of green leaves on it, so hopefully it should be alright. Fennel looking great. Right, so I love the way the sedums look with the hats on and they're gorgeous. And the echinacea, look at that. So basically this is how the front garden is looking. I still got this is where the ponds are. It's a duck underneath here, believe it or not, and the eryngiums with the snow on them. Birdies flying into my lovely snake bark acer. And yeah, astilbe seed heads here in the pond, and irises seed heads. And then we walk around this way. Calamagrostis emondensis still looking fabulous. I love this plant in the summer, I love it in the winter, I love it in the autumn, I love it basically all the time. Lavender I didn't cut back in the autumn, which I should have. That's lavender edelweiss. Anyway, it'll be fine. I've cut it in the spring. So then I'll go around in the side house, garden here on the west side. Grevillea, it's got one flower on it, look. Actually there's a lot of flowers still coming. I didn't think it flowers this early, but obviously it does, look at it. It's covered in flower buds. So that's very exciting. It's really got going, it's getting quite tall. I could probably cut some of these arching stems away. Salvias still got green leaves on them despite the frost and the cold. So this is the shrub salvias. Hopefully they won't die. There's more shrub salvias here. Again, they still have green leaves on them, so hopefully they'll all be fine. Look at this snow. I've never walked this side since it started snowing, so it looks quite beautiful. And now I'm making steps all through it. Never mind. My wreath that I made for Christmas is looking beautiful still. Maybe a little bit wind swept. Looks lovely with the snow on it. Right, let's walk around. I love the sound of snow under our feet. Look at these beautiful eryngiums with the snow on them. Aren't they gorgeous? Look at that. They're just stunning. Absolutely stunning. This is Eryngium Wilmer's Ghost. Isn't it beautiful? There's here more. Love it. Love it. Look at them. I have them all along here. They're a great plant. They self-seed quite prolifically and then they just pop up in all sorts of places, which I love. And this is the not facing garden, my back garden. Go a bit closer so you can see lovely seed heads under the Scampsias here. Very nice and airy. My eucalyptus is been pruned quite hard because I needed lots of foliage for my wreath making this winter, so it's a lot of leaves have been taken off, but hopefully it will recover. Look at that monarda with the snow on them. So basically I only cut some of the herbaceous perennials in autumn, and then once they have beautiful seed heads I left on, so it gives me lots of interest. That's the Aruncus dioicus, or Aruncus of some variety. I'm not quite sure if it's dioicus or however you say it. Cornus midwinter fire, look at this, isn't it beautiful? And against the snow. This is in a pot, but I need to pot it up in a bigger pot because it's outgrown its pot. And then we go around here. Lovely Chenocloa conspicua here. I love the seed heads on that. My autumn cherry, Prunus autumnalis, is full of flower buds. I hope the frost and the snow is not going to damage the buds. So far so good, they look okay. They look like they're just about to burst into flower. See there? Yeah, let's focus again. It's a bit dark outside today because it's overcast. It's starting to rain, which is not very good. Look at the snow under my feet. It's quite deep. Another Cornus here, absolutely stunning. I love it, and I love the leaves on the Buddleia, the way they go in the winter. So I've got two Cornus here. Actually, I have a yellow one at the front, as you can see there, looking great against the snow. I got Panthus seed heads, are really beautiful with the snow on them. See that? Gorgeous. And then I have Artemisia, looking nice, and seed heads of Monarda. I love Monarda in the winter. It's such a good plant for winter interest. The grasses, that's Stipa tenissima there, and that's Chenocloa rubra. Really beautiful with all the snow on it. And then this here, it's oregano. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at it, just beautiful. And beyond it is the allium summer beauty. I just love this. The way the garden looks with the snow on it looks great. Here I have the lovely crabapple, Malus red sentinel, and that's also very, very beautiful with snow on it. Look at that. Isn't that just glorious? The birds don't seem to eat these apples. So, and I actually harvested lots of them to use on my wreaths as berries, but it was absolutely covered in apples. It has so many. And then Miscanthus, a lovely, lovely ornamental grass, looking good there. Euphorbia ulfeniae, very, very snowy there, looking nice. And I have lovely berries on the Rosa for your eyes only. And then there's another Cornus beyond that. And let's look down. Here we are. And there's another nice looking thing here with the snow on. Echinops. And the teasels. Right. Go out. Go around this way. You'll go around the back to see what's happening down there beyond the garage. Popleorum fructicosum. Haven't pruned it yet, but I intend to prune it quite hard this spring because it grows really tall every year and it makes the most amazing flowers. They are absolutely fantastic for flower arranging. But I'm going to step over the gate and then look back. So that's the the back garden. Now we're gonna go around this way. I should have put some gloves on. Past the cars into the woodland garden. Again, which I haven't done much in it. Just checking to see how my tender things are doing. So this is basically, I haven't been since it started snowing 4 days ago out down here. And I just thought I'll come and check to see how my tender things are doing. So over here I planted this Eryngium agavifolium, physics purple, and I have another one over here. And so far so good. I really hope this frost is not going to kill them, because I really am looking forward to see them flower in our garden and thrive here. Calendula, look at this. How hardy are they? I think, although it's been snowy, we only had temperatures down to -1 and -2, and the snow actually does protect. So the snow gives quite a good protection to the plants around. So I think we're going to be all right, as long as it doesn't melt very sudden and we get more frost, like heavy frost. We should be okay with the plants being happy underneath the snow. I have a mole, look, has been digging through the snow. Look at it, a mess it makes. It's so nice to come into an area where we haven't been since the snow. It just looks so good. And look, we have a bird that has walked all the way through the snow and made a trail. Isn't that fun? I am curious to see, because under here I have Nicotiana and Calendula and straw flowers, and they, before the snow, they were still alive. And actually, I'm going to step in there, hopefully not on top of plants. Look at the Nicotiana in January in the snow. It's still alive. And Calendula, I mean, it looks a bit sad, but it's actually still alive. So yeah, I think the straw flowers are not though. See, the straw flowers are here. They are looking very sad. But you never know. Now I need to get out of here somehow, without hopefully stepping on too many plants. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I love the way the birds have walked through here and made a trail. Look at it. Looking for food. But this is lovely. Just beautiful winter wonderland. And we'll walk all the way down to where my dahlias are. Not that you'll see any dahlias, of course. They're under the cover. And in here, before I get to dahlia, I have a manure heap. Somebody delivered me a couple of loads of manure. And I have some penstemon and some diorama and some hellebores. I bury them with the pots in the manure to hopefully give them a little bit of protection from the frost, because quite often I lose hellebores and other plants to frost in the winter here in the pots. So I thought if I give them some winter protection to the pots, hopefully they'll survive. Before I get to the dahlias, look, my eucalyptus I planted are alive and doing well. I got four eucalyptus. Have one there, and one here. So 4 eucalyptus trees for harvesting, for wreath making and stuff. So this is where the dahlias are, all this pile of weeds that you see. And underneath them, it's my dahlias that I planted. I left in the ground, and then I mulched them with a polythene bag, polythene from an old polytunnel, and then put on top leaves and material that I cut from the garden and leftovers from the wreath making, like pine branches and eucalyptus branches and all that. And I made a dead hedge here to give them some shelter from the very windy site that's on there coming from the west. It's very windy and the dahlias keep falling over. So I thought if I give them this dead hedge, it will hopefully stop some of the wind and give the dahlias some protection. It's a trial and error really. Happy medium leaves. I need to cut them soon because the bars will start to grow very soon. And this is the woodland garden. I don't know if you can see Lunaria is looking pretty nice. Let me see if I can walk in there. Show you how the Lunaria is looking lovely. Though of course you can't see it so well against the white of the snow, but I still enjoy it. Stepping out. Honesty. See variegated honesty here. That's going to be looking gorgeous in the springtime. See, the wind has thrown more branches down. There's so many dead branches in these trees. So I'm going to put them here on our fire pit. Because you need a fire pit when you have so many trees that keep throwing down branches. So yeah, basically this is it. Beyond the fence, if you see there's a stinking hellebore. I planted that there and it's in flower and looking gorgeous. Just on that bank beyond the fence. It's a public path that. So that's nice. I've been reading here before the snow, and look, I left the bucket exactly where I finished reading. This is just my normal practice, nothing new there. And there's more branches fallen down, look. This is branches from the birch trees again. It must have been windy, and every time there's some wind, branches fall off. So go and put them on the fire pit as well. So basically this is it. This is our winter garden. Go back inside, make a cup of tea and stay warm, I think. Plan how I'm going to go and look and see what seeds I'm going to sow this year. I'm trying really hard not to sow any yet because it's too early. As you can see, it's hardly any light, even outside, never mind any light indoors. So it's too early to sow, and even if I sow early here, we still don't get anything to flower much before mid-June. So there's not much benefit in sowing early apart from keeping me occupied really. But we're doing some decorations in the house and some changes, so I'll be very busy doing that anyway, so I won't have time to do too much sowing, hopefully. And then I won't have too many seedlings to find a home for because the garden is pretty full as it is. But there's new dahlias that I bought, so hopefully they will have room to go in. I'm very excited about the new dahlias that I bought. Some more tulips which haven't arrived yet. Hopefully there's no old male so I can actually plant them. But yeah, this is it. This is us in winter. It's nice to have the snow because it gives me a time to take a break and just leave the garden, sleep for a minute before I get back into it properly. Because it's very intense through the growing season. How can I show you that? So it's nice to have a break from it all and just sit and plan and think ahead of what needs done. So I'll turn you around. So yes, thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our videos. It would be great to have you along and share with you through this new growing year what we're doing here and what my plans are and how our garden looks. So I hope you'll come along and you will enjoy the ride. Thanks for now. Bye.